Clinton, a regional nonprofit organization focused on promoting business growth, building community, and advocating for the sustainable economic success of the greater Clinton region. Grow Clinton This Morning, a program in partnership with KROS.
Well, the voice of Grow Clinton is in studio with us today, Andy Sokolovich. Andy, great to see you.
Sir, thanks for having me, as always, on this beautiful yet warm Monday morning here in Clinton, Iowa.
Yes. Now, speaking of warm, not too long ago, you had your golf outing. Wasn't too bad.
It was beautiful, Gary. I think it was a high of 82, nice breeze. Now, we compare that to our 2023 outing, where it was like 110 degrees with a heat index, and everybody was just drenched when they came back to the clubhouse. But no, we had a wonderful outing. We maxed out the number of golfers we could have. Chris Klon and his team out of Valley were, again, a pleasure to work with. Yeah. And we look forward to continue to host that. It's one of our successful events that we look forward to every year, kind of our cornerstone event. And we had a tremendous amount of support.
And you say you played fairly well.
Well, you know, my golf game's not great, you know. This is what I figured out about golf, is you have to go out and golf to get any better than that, you know, like anything. But I only get out probably a dozen times a year, but it wasn't that bad. There was a few shots where I hung my head and felt bad about myself, but and I didn't have to yell for this time, so I think I'm doing better.
Yeah. Well, that is pretty good. Things are going great for Grow Clinton.
Things are going outstanding for Grow Clinton. You know, for those that are not aware, Grow Clinton is a merged organization. We combined the Clinton Regional Development Corporation and the Clinton Area Chamber of Commerce to combine Grow Clinton, and we've been doing a lot of cool stuff, laser focused on entrepreneurial development, small business development, large industrial development, and of course tourism. So right now we are down a staff member. Leslie Webster, who is serving as our Director of Placemaking and Tourism, took an amazing opportunity in Wisconsin. Definitely something she was focused on and wanted to pursue. So now we do have a vacancy in our office. So we're starting to collect resumes for the Director of Placemaking and Tourism. So if you're interested in helping to promote the greater Clinton region and bring in events and host events and draw in a crowd of visitors to our community, you can always give us a call at 242-5702 or stop by our office at 721 South 2nd Street, and I'd be happy to share more on that career opportunity.
We got a rotation of 3, and it's usually the ladies that come in to talk about Grow Clinton. You have a pretty good staff on hand right now, and with the addition of Matt Parbs.
Yeah, no, Matt's been a great addition. You know, for the first year we were merged, I served as the president and CEO and didn't have a vice president, and that was difficult. That was a lot of things I had to take on. But now with the addition of Matt Parbs, and that name may sound familiar, he served as director of the Sawmill Museum here in Clinton for a decade, but he's been hitting the ground running and is really learning this whole economic development thing really well, and we're going to be investing in some professional development for him moving forward with the entire staff, between Karen and now, you know, Leslie departed, left, but we have Ashley doing all of our marketing and event planning, and the success of our golf outing is really due to Ashley's efforts and her committee, and of course Jenny Home in our office and Stacy Borgeson, who does workforce development. So yeah, we got a good little team going there, Gary.
And I would think, you know, with Matt Parbs, his addition is actually a pretty good fit for Matt and Grow Clinton.
Well, I'll just say this, Matt, we all have strengths, and we all have areas of lesser talents. And Matt really complements my areas of lesser talent, and he is picking up balls that I've dropped in the past, especially like I hate Excel spreadsheets. I'm not a numbers guy. I'm definitely a marketing guy and a business attraction guy, and I love what I do, but Matt definitely fills in that void, so we make a great partnership.
Let's talk about your podcast.
Yeah, so we kickstarted the Grow Clinton podcast for anybody that has what they call podcatchers out there, whether it's iTunes or anything that you use. You can look up the Grow Clinton podcast, and we're interviewing individuals from all over the community to include our small business members as well as community leaders. And we most recently interviewed Justin Schaefer, the new superintendent of Comanche Community School District. We got one coming up today. I can't remember who interviewed. I got to check my calendar, but yeah, we've been doing about 2 to 3 shows a week, and then we just kind of pepper those out. We do broadcast them live via social media, so they're available via LinkedIn and Facebook. And it's nice because we do it live on socials. We can actually have an interactive conversation with our listeners too via chat.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So how did this come about?
You know me. I love podcasting. I love broadcasting any information that's great for the community, and I'm always looking for new platforms to leverage to share our message. So I figured we had an extra little space in our office. Why not throw some podcasting gear in there and see what happens? And it's been successful. People seem to enjoy it, and we always get comments about how other members want to come on our podcast with the opportunity to promote their business and their organization.
Again, visiting with Andy Sokolovich on this week's Grow Clinton. Another thing that's very near and dear to you is the VetNet.
Yeah, so that is our Veterans Network event. And when I moved here back in 2012, I was, as a veteran myself, I was looking around for places to go and share war stories. And it's important to instill that camaraderie and ensure that you still have the ability to share your message and your support for veterans. So August 15th from 5 to 7 p.m., we will be hosting our next Veteran Network event at the AmVets Post 28. So if you're a veteran, it doesn't matter if you were in Desert Storm, Operation Iraqi Freedom, you don't even have to be a combat vet. You just have to have that DD-214, which is your proof of military service. We don't check it or anything. We take your word for it. But if you're a veteran, or your spouse is a veteran, or niece or nephew, send them out. Again, next Thursday, August 15th, 5 to 7. AmVets Post 28. If you're not familiar with where it's at, it's off of Bluff Boulevard, kind of where Bluff turns to Manufacturing Drive right there. But it is hidden a little bit, so
now this is your third one? Fourth one? How have they been?
Great. Our last one, we had 80 veterans show up.
Okay.
And we give you dinner, and this we'll be doing a taco bar, and then when I share a few short words about my military service and thank everybody for coming, and then it's just networking for the remainder of the evening.
That's interesting. It's very good. Great to have that event. Now, of course, industry, you talked about that at the outset. Atlas, certainly. How's that coming along?
Atlas Roofing Corporation, located in the Lincoln Way Industrial Rail and Air Park, along Highway 30, right across from Clinton Municipal Airport. You'll be seeing a lot of dirt moving. If you haven't witnessed it already, your head's in the sand. There's a lot going on out there. But right now, we're finishing up grading to lay ballast for rail, and then we'll start putting the concrete footings in for the actual building for Atlas. Some of that has been stalled just due to the wet weather, but we have some drier weather here in the horizon, and then some cooler weather, too, you and I were discussing before we went on air. So hopefully that speeds everything up. But, yeah, the construction of 36th Avenue South's going in. The water mains out there now, so we have really one of the strongest economic development assets from an industrial standpoint in the state, right in our own backyard in the Lincoln Way Industrial Rail and Air Park.
With this addition, would that attract others to
Absolutely.
come?
As soon as dirt turns, people notice. That we make a big announcement that we're bringing this company in. It's investing millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in our community, and that draws additional attention. So we've been in communication with a few companies already that serve Atlas at their different locations, one actually in Ohio, and they're interested in bringing their operation here to perform that same service in Clinton.
And I know another big thing for you is retention, not only attracting, but retaining.
Gary, that's the biggest part of what we do. I mean, everybody loves to see new companies come to town. They love to see dirt moving. They love to see the injection of new wealth. But the reality is we're going to grow on the backs of our existing customers and our existing industries and our existing businesses. And that's small businesses and large businesses alike. So it's important, and it's the number one focus of Grow Clinton, to ensure that our existing businesses stick around and they're happy to do business here in our community. So we spend a lot of time, and I always say this, from potholes to expansions. Everything from, I'm complaining about a pothole in my adjacent roadway, can you come and fix it? We'll communicate with the city of Clinton and get it fixed, to working with Nestle Purina Pet Care, doing massive expansions. I mean, they've invested probably $400 million in the last 5 years in that plant, between their expansion to the north, as well as the new ASRS, which is their new retrieval system, which is like vertical infrastructure for warehousing.
Yeah, that's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah,
My goodness.
So yeah, we're busy. Busy.
So we're going to have you in again September 5th for an FYI. We'll find out more again. Grow Clinton heard every Monday at this time, and got to get Matt in on the program here.
Yeah. Matt's a shy guy. We'll see what we can do.
Right. Yeah. He's a shy guy.
Yeah.
Andy, thanks so much.
Hey, thanks so much, Gary.